Okay, Spartan kids, today we're going to study something that's a little bit unique for us because most of the time we're practicing what's called grappling techniques. Now, grappling technique means that you're sort of wrestling with your partner, and of course in Jiu-Jitsu we're making our partner, or we're trying to make our partner tap out, right? But the thing is this, a bully, they're not going to approach you with Jiu-Jitsu. They're going to approach you probably with punches and kicks. So we got to know the basics of punching and kicking. And the basics of the punching is the lesson for today. Today we're going to talk about something called the jab and the straight punch, okay? These two techniques are going to come from what we call a ready stance. So watch what we do here, guys. Coach Zoe and I are in a very casual stance right now, very normal. And we're going to take a half step to the side with our strong leg and a half step back as well, okay? Next, we're going to bend our knees just a little bit and our hands are going to go up. Okay? The place that we always like to remind you to put your hands is right here next to your cheeks. And we often say in our kids' classes that it's very similar to having a piece of watermelon and you're working on the watermelon. So we're here with our hands, that way we can see our opponents. If you guys bring your hands up too much, of course you're going to lose sight and that could be dangerous. Okay? So hands up, elbows in. If our elbows are out and we're not paying attention, that leaves us with more targets for our opponent to be able to strike. So remember, knees bent, elbows in, hands up next to the cheeks, ready to go. Okay? Now, Coach Zoe and I are going to begin to work together here. And what he's going to do for me is he's going to put up 2 targets. Now notice, when he puts his targets, his hands are together. He's not going to spread his fingers because if I'm throwing punches, I might hit one individual finger and that could hurt the finger. So the hands are together, guys, all right? So I'm in a ready stance. Coach Zoe has the targets up. The first punch I'm going to throw is a jab, okay? The jab comes from the front hand, which is also the same, of course, as the front leg, okay? I never want to stand like this with my right leg forward, but my left hand forward. Not a good idea, okay? We're going to be here instead, and we're going to have left leg forward, left hand forward. Now watch, I'm going to cross this punch to the other side, and I'm going to rotate my fist and bring it back. Now pay attention. I don't punch here. I punch here, like this, right? So my hand actually rotates, and then it's very important to snap it out and bring it right back to my cheek, okay? Pay attention. Here, jab. Again, jab. And again, jab. Just like that. Now notice, I don't change my footing. I keep my feet in the same place when I jab. I'm just here and bring it back, okay? Now the straight punch is a little bit different. That comes from the backhand. The straight punch is also going to turn as it's delivered, but watch my back leg. My back leg is going to change a little bit. My heel comes off the ground and that gives me a little more distance to reach, okay? So as Coach and I are here, I'm in my ready stance. Now we talk about the straight punch. Just like the jab, I'm going to deliver it across, okay? And I rotate my fist. Now again, back heel comes off the ground and back to home base, okay? One more time. Straight punch. And straight punch. Sometimes we like to say 1, 2 instead of jab straight. So if I say 1, 2, ready, go, it would be 1, 2, go. 1, 2, go. And that would be our jab and straight punch, okay? Let's do a different angle. So Coach Zoe is going to stand here, okay? I have to start off in my ready position, ready stance. First punch is always going to be the jab. Then the straight. And bring it back, okay? Again, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And bring it back, okay? The idea is that I want to practice my technique and practice my delivery, but I'm not trying to punch as hard as I can. Coach Zoe and I are friends. He trains with me. He's one of my teammates. And the last thing I want to do is hurt one of the teammates, right? So let's look at this without a partner. We're here, okay? The jab comes from which hand, guys? That's right, the front hand, right? From here, and bring it back. The straight punch goes, it goes across, but it's called a straight, right? So here, and bring it back. As you get better at these techniques, you can add speed. But for now, go nice and slow until you feel very comfortable, and then pick up the speed. Again, jab straight, jab straight, just like that, okay? If you know your footwork, you can also move a little bit and practice that as well, okay? One more time, last one, let's do it. So we're here, hands are up, okay? Pay attention. 1, 2, okay, let's move a little, coach. Again, 1, 2, we'll move a bit more. 1, 2, we'll go all the way to here, and 1, 2, and finish, okay? So, the thing about Jiu-Jitsu, guys, most of the time, if we practice well enough, we're gonna have a solid Jiu-Jitsu and we won't have a need to throw punches. There are better ways to deal with problems, right? Like in Jiu-Jitsu, we often talk about how we don't use fire against fire. We use water against fire. So if somebody's throwing punches at me, the best thing for me to do is to work on my Jiu-Jitsu techniques, clinch the person, take them down to the ground, and control the situation, okay? But that being said, it's still a good idea for me to understand these techniques and to know how to use them if I absolutely have to.